Okay. Would you feel anything coming through?
I can feel some strange power.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can feel somebody's overacting. Can we lift the table, Jerry, or not? Can we lift the table?
I think I might in a minute.
Really? Yes. It's a packed programme tonight. Packed programme. Clairvoyant Peter Lee is with us. Peter, can you see into the next hour or so?
Yeah, I predict Lennox Lewis is going to be on the show, you know.
Lennox Lewis is going to be on the show.
That's what I think.
Oh, let's get on with it. Roll titles. Woo. Do you like that? Very nice. Well, welcome. Here we are late and for you, almost alive on national television. And tonight, yes, we have got Lennox Lewis with us, but we also have a lot of other things too. Very little fold back on the floor, so not very many people can hear anything. We've got music. We've got Jerry Hayes here. Yes, more fold back on the floor. We have a wonderful audience for you this evening. We've got... This lady down here has got a toy boy husband, and we thought we'd see more of that a little later. But now, here we are. Let's move over here. Please, would you welcome the... I don't like that. Could you go up and down a bit? Because it look... No, get up on here. Sorry, get up on here. Up on here. Mark, up here. Up on there, Mark. Higher, and down. Oh, no, Mark. Please. I want to be shot. That's it. Right. No, I don't like that at all. Listen. Just higher. Oh, never mind. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the lady that puts up the pulses of the nation. Here's Kooki! What?
Oh, they're lovely.
No.
They are.
I don't think they're lovely at all.
Nice.
Do you think so? OK, fine. Don't hog the whole thing. Still, we're waiting for a little bit of foldback and then we can hear what's going on. Who won the competition a couple of weeks ago?
Andrew Johnson from Littlehampton in West Sussex.
Whoa! Good. Just before we go into... Well, let's do the competition first. Your chance to win a holiday for two people for 1 week on the Mediterranean or in the Canaries. The choice is yours if you're a winner. All you... Look, get back. All you have to... I'm sorry, but, you know, I don't want... No, that's not nice. OK, fine. No, it's OK. I think what we'll do is get on with the... could you come up here? Just come over. Look, this is not going remarkably well. Look, I'll tell you what I'm sorry about this. Look, it's not a big budget show. Jump up on the... No, careful. But jump up on the chair. Jump up on the chair. Now, that's... OK? That's a good shot. Cut. That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. Right, OK. Now, the competition. Okay. You've got to sort it all out, haven't you? You've got to sort it all out. Sorry, have you seen this? It's awfully rude. Who does it remind you of?
Baz?
Who does it remind you of?
Baz.
Eh? Baz?
Yes.
Oh, right, OK, fine.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Certainly not Jerry Hayes. Yes, OK.
It's certainly not you. Right.
Hand. Right, OK, go on. Competition, now, quickly.
Right, OK, what is the emblem of the Labour Party? Is it A, a red rose, or is it B, a red nose, or is it C, red toes?
Fantastic. Ring us on 0891 48 49 50. That's my radio voice. You like that? And you could pick us up till midnight on Sunday, and who knows, you could win what? What? What do you... It makes my sleeve look terribly, sort of, doesn't it? Right. What are you still here for?
Well, I want to say hello to Anthony McAleer, I think that's pronounced.
Probably.
From County Tyrone in Northern Ireland. He's 79.
Where's this he comes from?
Dungannon.
Yes, that's good. Fine.
County Tyrone, Northern Ireland.
Yep.
He's 79,
Yeah.
and he said, would I please blow him a kiss?
He should know better at his age. Get off, for goodness sake. Right, just before you go, here we are. Who is said to have invented money? Quick question for you. Who is said to, not on me, on her, who is said to have invented money?
The Lydians in the 7th century, actually, not the 17th, 7th century.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Big cheer. I don't know. Please welcome my first guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He is Mr. Peter Lee. Now, as regular viewers to the programme know that I am... Sorry, Baz, could I... OK? We're talking about Baz Bamigboye's 10 to 15 wives. And that's about 14 more than his first wife knows about. And we'll talk about those a little later.
Thanks, James.
If he makes any more noise, we will reveal all of them on the programme tonight. Peter Lee is... Could you get a shot of Baz's face? He's blushing. What?
The curse of Baz is upon you, James. I won't... It'll drop off. You won't know when, but it will drop off.
Actually, Baz, I do like the haircut, because you're trying to go a little bit like me, aren't you?
No,
No, yes, you
I'm
are.
big and black, James.
No, oh, never mind, Baz. You always have to... Yeah, OK. Peter,
Yeah.
why... I think I'll start this again, Peter. I'm sorry, he threw me completely. Now, as people know, I'm fascinated by whatever there is out there. Some of us know about, you presumably know about it, and some of us just wonder. How did you first come to know that you had these clairvoyant skills?
You know, I've been clairvoyant ever since I was a little child, and I just knew things that were going to happen to me, you know. I knew when I was going to get belted at school, for example. It didn't stop me getting belted. Or basically, well, you know, whether something was going to happen or not.
But this is unusual, because most clairvoyants I've spoken to say, well, I can't see anything for myself, I can only see for other people.
Well, yes, there's a certain amount of truth in there. I wouldn't say I can't see for myself, but as you get older, then, of course, you become greedier, more materialistic, and things distort. So if I saw something bad for myself, of course, I'd dismiss it. I wouldn't want it, so I'd go to somebody else.
Now, members of the royal family, well-known celebrities all come along and have readings with you.
That's right.
Have you ever been surprised at the sort of people who actually do come?
Sometimes I've been surprised, yes. I had a practice in the States, for example, and I used to get various Catholic bishops and Russian archimandrites and nuns and things like that creeping in disguise.
And do they, when they actually come and you give them a reading, do you hide some of the bad thing, or maybe you don't see bad things, or maybe you just see things that could be changed, or?
Sometimes the answer to that is yes, 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 no.
All right.
I do see things that can be changed, and I help them change them. I find it very difficult to hide the bad things, but I would say sometimes I veil them, I make them easier, or perhaps teach them how to deal with it, you see.
OK, now we're gonna come on to this other bit that I find fascinating. We have this little note handed to us saying that you must talk to Peter because recently you were faxed a copy of an alleged alien message, or you were just faxed a copy of a message.
That's
by
right,
a PR
actually,
company.
I had no clue what it was.
What did the message say?
Well, it was, it said, first of all, to me that it wasn't a message in the way that we accept it. It was music. And this music was full of love and also full of pity and sadness. And it was basically saying, as far as I could see, for goodness sake, get your act together, human race, and start swinging with the rest of natural laws, the pendulum creation, because you're mucking it all up.
But
And
a lot
if
of-
that happens, bad things are going to happen.
A lot of people have said that that is something that everybody's saying now. You know, we're coming towards the end of this millennium, and that things are going to change. I was talking a week or so ago to somebody who'd written a book on the Mayan predictions, philosophy, prophecies. That's it, the Mayan prophecies, and they said in the year 2012 that's when the gravity whatever's going to reverse. And we're going to be in dead trouble.
Well, I think there's some sort of showdown around that time. I'm not quite sure what, but I think it's a choice for us either to toe the line because we want to, because it's the nicest way of doing it, or not so, and perhaps there'll be no more.
Do you think people will take notice of seers like yourself or not in the end?
I think people will take notice of things that are going to happen, which will certainly point to change or else.
Finally, you predicted, where is it? You predicted that the Prime Minister, John Major, would run into problems and eventually lose power. Now, because Jerry will be very interested, and a lot of other people, and that was Baz, do you think that he will lose power in the next election? Or do you
I know for certain he will lose power. I've got a little... I can tell you, actually, that he's already lost power. I think he's... Or shall we say, psychically, I feel he's a nominal Prime Minister now. Mr Heseltine is running the show.
You honestly... You're predicting that on national television tonight?
Yes. And Mr Heseltine has not paid me a penny for that. You know.
Really?
No, I'll collect afterwards.
OK.
But I see Tony Blair coming in as a landslide next year.
Yeah. Mind you, a lot of people said that at the last election it didn't quite work.
But I'm not Peter Lee the clairvoyant.
OK, well, I'm going to write this down, Peter. I think you're on a pretty good bet here, I have to tell you, by the way.
Right.
But you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr Peter Lee! OK, now, would you welcome... You know on the programme we always have... thank you for that, Peter. And if you feel anything... Let me know in the show, OK? We always have an artist on the programme. Tonight, we're very, very lucky. We have a cartoonist on the programme tonight. This is Jeremy. Jeremy is the cartoonist of the Financial Times. And where's your book, Jeremy? I've got your book here somewhere. Right, Jeremy Bank. I keep wanting to say Banks. It is Banks with
Banks,
an X.
Yes,
with an X.
That's me. Yes.
Now, this is Aliens, and it's about what we were talking nearly with Peter. Yes. And can we get over my shoulder? I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about. There's no writing on these.
Not a word.
Now, I always thought you had to have writing on cartoons.
Oh no, you can have captionless cartoons.
Really?
The European ones are.
Yeah.
These don't really require any words.
There's this one. Do you want to explain this one or not?
Well, this is what happens to my character Norman Spittle.
Yes.
This is him here in this picture
Oh,
as well.
I see. Yes.
I draw him quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just.
So I can't. They're not looking at this. Go on. Yes.
And
there.
Basically, what happens to him is that he dies over and over and over again,
yes.
over 96 pages.
Uh-huh.
You can buy the book of this happening. But
Well,
it's just inventive ways of killing someone who I love very dearly.
Oh right, okay. And there are other ones. This one is a very, very straight. This one here.
That's my
Jeremy?
daughter's favourite.
That's your daughter's
favourite.
Yes. Is it what I think it is?
Well, it's what she thinks it is.
Oh right.
Yes.
Well, this is a person here.
That's the man in the iron mask.
Not unlike Baz, actually. Oh, it's a man in the iron mask.
Yes.
Right, I see. OK, he keeps getting fed here.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, what they always say
the logic
is
inescapable.
You know, shit happens, doesn't it, really? And it's all fine. OK.
It always happens to my character.
Jeremy Banks, ladies and gentlemen, who will be cartooning during the programme. Thank you, sir. I thought I'd introduce this next act like this, because almost clairvoyant, I do it back to front, see if it works. And it may well work. Now, my next guest is a man called Juan Martin. And Juan Martin is probably the finest flamenco guitarist in the world. That's right, Juan? It is, yes? OK. Oh, he is, sorry. He is the finest flamenco guitarist in the world. He is accompanied by Karan over here on the Indian tabla. And this is their own composition, a new working of Santiago. OK, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juan Martin and Karan. Martin, you got me? The Queen Elizabeth Hall in London on a multicultural festival at the 12th of November. They'll all be playing. Thank you very much indeed. And Exeter University on the 17th of November. Competition. This week, you could win a holiday for 2 people in the Canaries or the Mediterranean. All you have to do is answer one simple question. Okay? Is it A, a red rose? Oh, the question, is it, what is the emblem? Ready? Hey! Olé!
Hey!
Anyway, where was I? What is the emblem of the Labour Party? Is it A, a red rose, B, a red nose, or C, red toes? Call us on 0891 48 49 50. Lines are open till midnight on Sunday. Dark in there, isn't it? Dark in there. There we are, Lennox Lewis. He's on the show tonight soon. Now, as you know, we strive to bring you top talent and the most exciting, interesting people you can find on screen. You've wanted to do that, haven't you? Anyway, I think tonight is no exception. We have managed to find tonight a couple of people who I think will be so big in the future. So big in the future. Anyway, they are, and I would like you to welcome them now, Dr. Hans Eeveryverr and his accompanist, David Harrod, with a performance, ladies and gentlemen, you will enjoy this, with a performance of Old Mother Hubbard in the style of Handel. I give you Dr. Hans Eeveryverr!
Old Mother Hubbard, she went to the cupboard to fetch a poor dog a bone. The cupboard, the bone, the cupboard, the bone to feed a dog bone. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare. The cupboard was bare. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare. The cupboard was bare. But when she got there, the cupboard was bare. The cupboard, the dog, the bone, the cupboard, the cupboard, the cupboard was bare. And so the poor dog none.
Thank you, sir. Maestro, thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Hans Eeveryverr and Old Mother Hubbard. That's not in the style of Handel. Very good.
What's the no turning back group doing here?
Well, I don't know, but he really has gone now. I think we are now able to bring on our next guest, who is a legend. Please, will you welcome Mr. Lennox Lewis and his manager, Frank Maloney. Oh, OK, well, that's it. We pack it in here because I'm not putting up with that. I mean, Frank, thank you very much indeed for bringing the man on tonight. And what can I say? I just want to sit and look at him for a minute. At home, you do what you want. I just want to sit here and look. Lennox, thanks for coming along. There's not a scar, not a blemish on your face.
Well, that's the way I like it.
They say that you... I'm going to answer it. They say that you're the gentle giant, and you say, I mean, you do. Whenever I've seen you interviewed, I've never met you before now, you sound very gentle. I mean, how did you get the... it must need a lot of aggression to be a boxer. How do you get that?
I think because there's a guy across the ring and he wants to take off your head and he just wants to inflict pain on you, so all of a sudden you get your back up and you want to protect yourself. And the only way to protect yourself is having a good offense, so you have to hit him before he hits you.
Right, yes, OK. Can I just look at your hands? Can we just put those on there? My golly. My God. Yes. There. I mean, look at them. Yes. mine are small. Do you ever get frightened before you go in? It's a silly question, I suppose, but do you yourself get frightened?
The only thing that frightens me is losing.
That frightens you?
Yeah, so I get really scared.
Is that because, I mean, apparently, and Frankie, apparently the money's a lot less if you lose. Is that right? Is the money there?
Well, your value does go down a little bit. If you
yes. Does he frighten you? He doesn't look as if he can frighten you. He's a lot smaller than you.
I know. He may be a little man in stature, but he's a big man in boxing.
He's a big man in boxing.
Yeah, definitely.
People have said that Lennox hasn't got the respect that he should have got because a lot of people don't have satellite television. Most boxing now that Lennox would be appearing on is on satellite, and he hasn't actually got that star status yet that maybe Frank and Chris Eubank, who says he's retired, but we'll wait and see, and people like that have.
I disagree with that. I think Lennox is a leader of men. If you notice, Frank, Nigel, and Chris, and even to Prince Nazim, they've all gone on to satellite, and Lennox was the first one to start on satellite. And, you know, the British public, they know Lennox very well. It's just a few non-boxing people that sort of maybe are not so sure on who Lennox Lewis is.
I mean, I didn't realise, Lennox, you're such a big guy. I mean, do you want to stand... Oh, no, we'll do it when you go. Don't stand over a minute. I don't want to get you to... But he is huge.
He's the biggest heavyweight out there. I mean, you know, in proportion, all sides, even in America, he's bigger than any heavyweight they've got.
So if he wanted to do pantomime, what would your advice be?
No, he's too intelligent to do pantomime.
Oh, well, I was doing it this year. That's it, Red One.
All like a cat show host.
He's actually got no... I mean, quite often the boxers have bent teeth and things like that. Do you mind us discussing you like this? I mean, do you mind...
Yeah, I do.
Oh, right, fine. I'm sorry about that. In that case, Lennox, they're all your own teeth as well.
Oh, yeah. Couple of feelings, but, you know.
It has to go. I mean, boxing has been in the limelight probably for the wrong reasons this week. Are you worried? Are you worried that maybe something bad could happen to you? I mean...
Yeah, I'm always worried, but, you know, you take the same risk when you know, leave your house in the day. You never know if you're going to get hit by a car, what's going to happen to you. So you're basically left in God's hands.
But the whole thing is that the two men in the ring, and the rest of the people out there who probably wouldn't last 2 seconds with any of the guys in the ring, egging you on. And we saw those awful scenes in Scotland at the beginning of the week. I mean, does that not... how do you feel about the people there watching?
Well, I don't know. I don't really concentrate on the people watching. I realize they're out there watching me and cheering me on. But I think they're too excited to really fight outside the ring after my fight. It depends. Because in America, there's always a lot of fights outside the ring because you get the British against the Americans. And it's kind of unusual sometimes to see a big, major fight outside the ring.
Frank, could boxing ever be made a non-contact sport like karate or something like that? I mean, it could be as skillful, presumably.
No, it would take the excitement out of boxing. I mean, the excitement about boxing is that it is the ultimate of man against man, and that's really what excites people. mean, the only way boxing could ever be done away with is TV stopped showing it, if the newspapers stopped covering it. But I don't think that will ever happen. I think they may make it safer, and obviously we're always looking at ways of making it safer.
Would you want to see people wearing headgear? I mean, would you like to box with headgear?
It doesn't really take away from the punch of it. I think it may take away from headbutts and cuts and stuff. So, you know, it depends. That's what the future holds, maybe.
Do you know, when you're in the ring, Lennox, and it's difficult for any of us, really, unless we've been there, to understand it, but do you know when you've thrown a punch, whether it's connected, whether it could have hurt your opponent or not?
Sometimes, you know, some punches you feel right. You figure, okay, let me hit him with a hard shot, and you figure he's going to definitely go down. And in my case, you know, I throw punches and then all of a sudden my opponent goes down and I figure, whoa, that was a soft shot. But sometimes I don't even realize my own power.
Is that what, I mean, Frank, you don't want you don't want anybody injured, let alone killed in this?
No, I mean, touch wood, you know, we've never had anything like that in any promotion we've been involved in or any boxer that I've handled. And it's something that I dread happening.
Why has Lennox not been able to fight some of that? You've said that you think because the promoters, particularly Don King in America, doesn't want Lennox fighting over there.
It's not so much Don King doesn't want Lennox fighting. Whoever's the heavyweight champion of the world and whoever has the heavyweight champion in his stable really controls boxing. One time Don King had it all sewing up. Lennox Lewis came along, who was an independent. He broke that monopoly, and unfortunately, you know, we lost it at Oliver McCall. And since then, Lennox has got him back in the position to be #1 again, and he's an independent again, which frightens Don King.
So why, as an independent, why, you know, what, is he going to have to join one of the groups or not?
No, I don't believe so, because Lennox is in a position where he will fight Frank Bruno next, and, you know, we believe and we know that he'll beat Frank Bruno. He'll be champion again, and he'll be independent.
Do you think you'll beat Frank?
Oh, definitely. I'll beat him once, I can do it again.
How does it worry you about this wonderful public persona that Frank... I often find it difficult to understand. Here's Frank, sort of everybody's friend and children and, you know, and a lovely soft guy, and he's going in the... and he's a huge man with terrific, awesome power. And you'll have... all the audience will be probably... well, they may be for you. I mean, they may decide that everybody loves him so much they might suddenly turn.
Well, I think the public is realizing that, you know, Lennox Lewis is what's here, and Frank Bruno is the past. And when...
oh! And they said Lennox Lewis is never outspoken, never said... yeah, go on.
No, but you're right. He's a lovely guy. He's a great guy, and, you know,
But he's the past.
He's the past.
He's old, he's had it, he's over. Yeah.
We should have asked Peter Lee about it.
He's actually dedicated a lot of his life to boxing and you know, persevered, and, you know, look what's come out of it.
Final question. When you make enough money, I don't know how much you consider enough money to be, but I mean, for most of us, a couple of million, I'm sure we go away and never work again. But when you've made enough money, will you stop boxing?
Definitely. May even stop sooner than that.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, Lennox Lewis and Frank Maloney. Thank you both. Okay, let's... oh, hang on, stand up. He wants to see how small I really am. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm going to move over here, Lennox, just so that I look more myself. Please, would you welcome tonight's musical talent? They are Johnny Zero and the London Angels.
showing me where to go, like a guiding star. That's you, giving me the strength I need. You're the guiding star in me, girl, that's what you are. Don't need a doctor, don't need a preacher, nobody else but you. Only you can get me. like a broken radio, static seeping out. That's when you come and charge me up, filling me with your love, tune me in again. Don't need a doctor, don't need a preacher, nobody else but you. Only you can get me started. Only you, yeah, nobody else, yeah. Only one girl in this mixed up world means everything to me. Only you can get me started. Only you, yeah, nobody else but you. 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 Don't need a doctor, don't need a preacher, nobody else but you. Only you can get me started. Only you, yeah, nobody else, yeah. Only one girl in this mixed up world means anything to me. Only you can get me started. Only you, yeah, nobody else but you. No one but you.
Johnny Zero and the London Angels and nobody else but you, and they'll be back with another They'll be back with another number later on in the show. Lennox was just telling me that Mike Tyson is a possibility.
Big possibility.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of the last fight, or couldn't you say anything with that?
You know, I have to reserve judgment because 86 seconds is really hard to tell. But I think you know, spending 4 years in incarceration, it did kind of get slow and going a bit slow. So.
Okay. We wish you well if you do it anyway.
Yeah,
thank you very
thank
much
you.
indeed. Before the break, what is the emblem of the Labour Party? This is for a 1 week holiday for two people in the Canaries or the Mediterranean. What is the emblem of the Labour Party? Is it A, a red rose, B, a red nose, or C, a red toes? 0891 48 49 50. Call us until midnight on Sunday. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go away. Listen, I have to tell you that she could not stay away from Lennox. That was embarrassing. Do you know that? Embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Now, quick recap on the competition. What is the emblem of the Labour Party? Is it A, a red rose, B, a red nose, or C, red toes? Call us on 0891 48 49 50. Is a holiday for two people for 1 week in the Canaries or the Mediterranean. If you haven't got anybody to go with, then Kooki and I are always available, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's my radio voice. No, all right. Now, here, this is, you know, how poetry has been very big on this programme over the past couple of weeks. I mean, we've had loads of poems, people write in, we bring them in to perform their own poems, usually with no rehearsal, right? So you're going to enjoy this. This is Steve, the performance poem, I'll do that again. This is Steve the This is Steve the No, this is me, right? I just thought she was hogging the limelight. This is Steve, the performance poet, who's come all the way from Boston in Lincolnshire to do a poem that is called Personal Column. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve!
I guess I must admit it, though it was rather sad. A long time ago, yes, I placed an ad. Well, I was lonely, ridiculously so, and just you remember before you ho-ho, it could happen to you. Your friends just go. So, OK, I admit it. When I was sad, especially in bed, yes, I placed an ad. I got 3 replies. One was quite near. It felt weird on the phone. Perhaps it was fear. But on my way over, yup, invited for tea. I went via Dover. Well, not exactly, but I was nervous, though I needn't have been. She wasn't nervous, more like obscene. An ugly old bag, as bright as a screw, that's been lying in water since 1802. But wearing my favourite, a glimpse black bra. Ah, but could I do it with Grandmama, who was getting out her whip, her rope, chain mail? Pff, I'm not saying, but I can tell you a tale. Should I? No, I couldn't. Well, OK. No, I'd blush. Well, all right. I did it with the ugly old lush who writhed and screamed, ripped to my back. After we took turns, God, it hurts, that rack. Then she... No, she didn't. Oh, yes, she did. Before demonstrating with a squid. OK, I'll sum up in conclusion. We've had quite enough of this dirty confusion. The moral of this story, you'll want one, I'm sure. Forget the adverts. I know this friendly Labrador.
Steve, thank you very much indeed. Steve, the performance poet who... you enjoyed that, didn't you?
It's the best we've had so far.
You would like that, yes.
Good.
And Steve, I heard say earlier on that he had trouble with his front teeth because somebody knocked them out. He glued them in with super glue before the show. So that was good,
You're
wasn't
joking.
it? Nice of him to do that.
Yeah, no way.
Are they okay? All right, have a look, Steve. Let's have a look. Oh, he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed. Right.
How's he going to get him out there?
I beg your pardon?
His teeth.
Oh, fine, yes. Now, it's the end of your first week back.
Yes.
All boys and girls happy together, rushing
Yes.
around the corridors of power.
Yes.
Feeling superior to the rest of us, but that won't last long. There'll be an election before long. Now, what...
Dude, that rhymed.
I know. It's going...
Wasn't that good?
What were the conferences like?
Well,
I know you all go to
went
all
two.
of them.
I went
You
to
two?
I went to 2 because I was covering the first one for TV. Oh, it was London Weekend Television.
Was
so
it
I can
really?
say it, can't
you
it?
can.
It's
Yes,
very
I suppose
good.
you can. And
Yep.
then you did the other one for us?
I
on
did.
Talk Radio, yes, good.
Yep.
Now, have you got the plugs out?
Yeah, plugs
Tell
are out
me
the
what
way.
I asked you.
Right. Well, the flavour of the Labour Party conference was sort of Chardonnay, wasn't it, really? Don't you think?
I wasn't there.
You weren't there?
No, but come on, carry on. Yes.
But
Yep.
Tory Party conference, what about Michael Portillo? Don't you think his speech... Well, Michael Portillo, he is a latter day. He's a latter day Julius Caesar.
Is he?
He came, he saw, and
Cameras
went
can-
bonkers.
Yeah? Really?
Well, I thought that was good. I thought that was good.
Is it not necessary for MPs to actually make speeches with a small semblance of truth in them, or can they say anything they like?
Well, obviously he did, because what he should have sort of said, what he nearly said was, I will promise you, as long as I'm Defence Secretary, the people of Brussels will not put one male-born first child to
Really?
death. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well,
That'd be true, wouldn't it?
I don't think he actually said that. Presumably, if he does get in as a leader, you will not...
I think
you don't
that
think
speech
so?
ended it all.
Really?
I mean, he's a nice guy, Michael.
We've had a whip round here, just taken a consensus of the studio audience, and they feel that you would fit in better in Tony Blair's New Labour than in the old Tory party.
They are just too right-wing for me. I mean, I was there with Liz Lynn as the token lefty when I went down there.
Really?
And the trouble is, I was going round to the delegates in the hall. I said, well, Tony's speech was very good. It's not so much New Labour as New Testament. But that
was a joke.
That was a joke.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Hayes! OK, here's Johnny Zero and the London Angels again.
you know I hate to lose her. I really cannot blame her, 'cause that DJ should be crowned. On my radio, tunes coming over in stereo. On my radio, on my radio. You could tell from the way she looked, she was well and truly hooked. She'd had a major revelation. They do chat shows and interviews, and they tell us all the news on our secret network station. On my radio, tunes are coming over in stereo. On my radio, on my radio. Okay, Diesel, guitar. Tunes coming over in stereo. On my radio. On my radio. On my radio. Tunes coming over in stereo. On my radio. On my radio.
There we are, Johnny Zero, the London Angels on my radio, and that was voted number 275 in Radio Caroline's recent top 500 records of all time. All right, thank you.
Almost an item for your radio show, James.
What?
Almost an item for your radio
Almost
show.
an item for my radio show.
They're
Yes,
good.
yes,
They're
could.
They're kind of 60s retro, aren't they?
Very, very, very good indeed.
Yeah.
Right, OK, they need a deal. They need a deal. Right, let's get on to this. We're rushing out of time with Lennox Lewis.
Clueless. How do we know a star is born? How do we know the next Julia Roberts? How do we know the next Meg Ryan? As soon as I saw this movie, Clueless, I knew that Alicia Silverstone was going to be a star.
Shall we see a clip?
Let's have a look.
Right here.
Oh, through. There you go. There you go. All right, Cher. Earth to Cher. Come in, Cher.
Oh, my God. Miss Stoger, I would just like to say the physical education in this school is a disgrace. I mean, standing in line for 40 minutes is hardly aerobically effective. I doubt I've worked off the calories in a stick of carefree gum.
Well, you certainly exercised your mouth, Cher. Now hit the ball.
Miss Stoger, that machine is just a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Thanks for the legal advice. Dion, you're up.
Oh, no, Miss Stoger. I have a note from my tennis instructor, and he would prefer it if I didn't expose myself to any training that might derail his teachings.
Fine. Amber?
Miss Stoger, my plastic surgeon doesn't want me doing any activity where balls fly at my nose.
Well, there goes your social life.
I tell you, this film is a gem. It's arrived like a thief in the night. I had no idea it was going to be so good.
Clueless.
It's Clueless. This is Alicia Silverstone. She plays Cher, named after a once famous singer. She says in the film. She's a virgin, but she calls herself hymenly challenged.
Hymenly challenged, not a virgin.
Indeed, that's her phrase.
Yes.
This is Amy Heckerling, who did that wonderful film a few years ago called Fast Times at Ridgemount High. This is a kind of spoof on LA sort of modern mores.
Sorry to destroy your flow. When I looked at this, I thought it was Beverly Hills 2150 something.
No, it's far, far, far superior to that. In actual fact, Amy Heckerling has based it slightly on Jane Austen's novel Emma, but you haven't got to worry about that because it's just a great movie on its own. Alicia Silverstone is fabulous. It's funny. It's wicked. You know, she's a high-cost student. She spends her life on the mobile telephone at dinner, in class.
Yeah. Sounds very much like Kooki, actually.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's a beautifully made movie. You can enjoy it on very many levels. My 7-year-old son liked it. My wife liked it. Her best friend liked it.
Even after what happened last week, your wife liked it?
Yeah, you son of a bitch, James. I tell you, the curse of Baz is on you. But this is a little gem. It's worth seeing. And it's kind of worth seeing Hugh Grant's movie, 9 Months, which is finally with us. This is the film that got him into a lot of trouble, because while he was over in LA promoting it, he got into a spot of bother on Sunset Boulevard. But forget all that. Look, the film was directed by the guy who made Home Alone, and really, when he was writing the script, there was nothing much at home. Hello? Nothing much there at all. But it doesn't matter, because Hugh Grant has charisma.
And it works.
Much lacking in the movies, but it just about works.
Baz, thank you for the hot gossip. We'll see you next week. Ladies and gentlemen, Baz Bamigboye. Don't clap for the moment. No. No. Let me just go over. Let's leave with the last word. And can I move? Sorry, can I just move the? I was going to talk about your book some more, but Jerry Hayes nicked it. Okay. Oh, let's have the book. There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. Jeremy's book, Jeremy's cartoon. Very nice. It's either this or a complete ban. And there's the boxing, of course, and the things. It's obvious. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice weekend. Join us again at the same time next week. Until then, goodbye.